color, bright red like a cardinal. Cardinal Film Fights. Welcome. I'm Justin Branson. I'll be your host and guide to the anarchy that ensues here. These are our fighters, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves because, I don't really know them that well. Name, major, maybe a fun fact about yourself.
Okay, hello everybody. My name is Scott Wilson. I'm telecommunications, digital video production. That's my major. Fun fact. I already said I was convicted as being almost confused as being terrorist. I'm boring, I guess. That's all I got. That's the only fun fact. It's sad. I'm sad.
Yeah, like. Okay.
I feel honestly bad. I'm Emily. I am a journalism and news major, and I'm studying Japanese and planning to take a trip next summer.
Ooh.
That one is actually interesting.
Yeah.
Take notes, Skylar.
I got to be interesting.
My name is Demi Hardrick, and my major is telecommunications digital production. Fun fact about me, I can sing. There we go. That's it.
It's like when someone says they can break dance, you want them to prove it. But I'm not going to do that to you because this is Cardinal Film Fights. We talk about movies, not singing.
Exactly.
So, today we're going to be talking about TV shows that need to die. You all know them. You know at least one. You're thinking of one. And maybe you're going to hear the argument for that one today. So, today we're going to start out with 1-minute introduction of your argument, followed by 5-minute just all-out brawl-out. You know what I'm talking about, brothers. And then we're going to do 30-second conclusion to wrap up your argument. So, rock, paper, scissors to start.
All right.
Three-way? All right.
Three-way?
Rock, paper,
We're a family-friendly program.
Oh, God. This is not
okay,
right.
lovely, guys.
Okay,
Great
so we're
idea.
just going to start with Emily.
Yay.
And then decide from there.
Okay, that... Who does three-way scissors? Anyway.
What the Whoa!
I'm not the host. I
Hey,
shouldn't be
family-friendly
talking.
content here, y'all. Friendly content here, so keep
Friendly.
it fucking clean here.
Okay, TV shows that need to die. Emily, go, please.
All right. So, Supernatural. It has been on longer than most high school students have been alive. It is going on 15 seasons. They confirmed the 15th season literally a month ago. Where else can the story go? They've been to hell. They've been to heaven. Where else is there? Most of the main cast has been killed off at this point. The only two left are the brothers. And even then, they both died at some point in this. And what I'm saying is, both of them are actually really good actors, and they could go and do other stuff. But they can't tie it down to this show. And I just think it's time to end it, okay? Just give them a happy ending. Give them a bad ending. I don't care anymore. Just let's get it over with.
I'm going to go next on this one because my show that I think that needs to die is Grey's Anatomy. And I just want to say that it has also been on for 15 plus seasons, I want to say. And it just needs to go. I know there can't be any more diseases out there that they have not tried to make up or even just put in the show. Any more bones cracking, any more people, main characters dying. As soon as the husband died, I don't even know his name because I don't really care. The main husband, as soon as he died, I was like, the show is done. Wow, it should be done. No, they continued with that. And I'm just like, we need to stop. Get help. We need to. And that is my conclusion to that.
Vaughn, can we get a quick check on how many seasons Grey's Anatomy has been running?
It's in its 15th.
It's in its 15th. Magic number today.
Ooh, jeez. So, I went with Big Bang Theory, not because it's going for so long, but it's just more so of its misunderstanding of what the characters are and the humor as well. Big Bang Theory has been known for using its nerds to tell jokes and using references, but where they tell the jokes that they just don't understand the reference behind the jokes. They just say hey, guess what my favorite ring is? The Sauron's ring from Lord of the Rings here. Laugh track here. It's cringeworthy at best, but it's just really harmful for especially the nerd culture itself because they just don't understand why nerds are nerds, and they just think it's funny to poke fun because they make a reference here. Even then, the writers just don't know what the reference is. They're just making a reference saying like, reference, funny, but yet there's no meaning to it. And that's why Big Bang Theory needs to die in a cold, cold grave alone with AIDS and cancer.
Okay, that's a.
Dang.
Not only were you out of time, that was out of pocket. So, wow, we've got some heavy hitters today, guys, and I'm just ready to see 5 minutes of pain. So let's get that on the clock.
I think the weirdest part about this is like it's easy to agree and say yes, all of these shows need to die.
Yes.
But it's harder to say which one needs to die first. Like who needs to be the first one with the bullet?
Well, let's just say that Big Bang Theory is already dead.
Really?
Yeah, they canceled it.
Oh,
so
sweet.
It's
All right, so
already
I'm good.
dead.
So
All
he
right,
can
it's dead now.
he
He's
can
gone.
leave. He's gone.
So let's just say, I mean,
I'm dead, yo.
Stop it. I will say the Supernatural, I started it and like I'm probably in like season 4 now. But like obviously I know that once I see somebody that's dead that I know they're gonna come back. And so I guess that is like, you know, but I love them. I love those two characters, and I don't know if you've seen Grey's Anatomy, but like probably season 8 is probably when they should have stopped, like most TV shows.
Speaking of dead and coming back to life here, you know Big Bang Theory is like a really popular show right now, right? It's
How?
great. Okay, I can't argue the fact that Big Bang Theory is like very popular with the casual audience here. And I know you guys are mentioning that it's going to be canceled here. The series now is going to come, but you still got young Sheldon here, and that show is still going strong here. And still, the possibility that Big Bang Theory might come back is pretty strong as well. We'll probably have some other spin-off here. Even then, just the entire series itself just needs to die because they just don't understand the reference of nerd culture. They just think it's funny to make references in nerd culture.
Even then, I still will not watch the new season. I'm not gonna lie.
So-
I won't.
I'll bring up real quick.
Thank you. That's good.
For Supernatural, I stopped watching around season 7, 8-ish, and you aren't missing much, honestly.
I figured.
I think one of the bigger problems with that's like different from Big Bang Theory, but maybe not as much from Grey's Anatomy because I haven't watched much of the show, so I can't say. One of the big things is with Supernatural, they repeat plots constantly, especially getting past season 10. They start like rehashing plots or ideas and just keep using them over and over because they got nothing now. They're literally just going back and forth, and it's not good.
And I think it's funny because whenever I've talked to people about like Grey's Anatomy and like, yeah, I say I don't see, like I haven't seen an episode, and they're just like, they give me like the dirtiest looks. I get the biggest scorns because I haven't at least watched it. And I'm like, I don't need to because I know it's going to be the same old shit, same, this different day. And it's just not something I would enjoy, I feel like. But
whereas with you guys here, your show, you're more concerned about your longevity of the show here. Whereas like you could stop watching at a certain season and someone else can pick up and they can still continue on the season and they'll still get the same enjoyment. But again, Big Bang Theory, it's
dead.
well, and here's the thing.
I'm sorry.
Okay, look,
It's
I think we can all agree here that all of us here are nerds. We love nerd culture. But yet, here in the Big Bang Theory, again, I'm going to hammer this continually because the show constantly does not understand what the nerd references are. They just like think it's funny to just poke fun of it. It's like poking fun of us because if we make a reference to something, we usually have meaning to it why we're making the reference here. For them, it's all about the punchline. It's like, we're going to make a reference, and that's the punchline. They just don't understand. It's like going
I feel
with
like that's
Ready
most
Player One.
like TV because it's a sitcom, right? It's like a
But
TV
yeah, sitcom, it's
show.
also
Yeah.
a popular show, and it's getting off the wrong sense of what nerd culture is. It's like, all we do is make references, and it's funny. Let's make fun of that.
Most nerds are either they do make those types of jokes. Well, I'm not saying all of them do, or they.
But it's like a generalization of what nerds are.
Yeah, I guess they do. They're trying to get not a very good point about nerds in that show. But I feel like that is most TV sitcoms is like, oh, here's a punchline, dialogue, another punchline. I don't know if it's to keep the audience.
Can we just agree
But-
sitcoms aren't that great?
But no, sitcoms can be good, but here with the Big
if
Bang,
they have like a big laugh, if they use laugh tracks
they
every
do
5 seconds,
every 5 seconds. It's
then they
always
don't deserve-
after
You gotta go.
like a character makes a reference to a nerd culture thing. It's I don't know. I just write you guys here, but it gets a little annoying saying like them making a reference and then everyone laughs at it. It's like if I make a reference to like nerd something like prove a point here, and then people are laughing at it, even though despite the fact I'm proving a point here. But for them, the show, the writers think it's funny because that's a punchline. We're gonna make a reference, punchline. What's the meaning of it? It's flat, it's dull, it's meaningless, it's soulless. There's nothing of value to it.
I'll bring up one last thing, which is Supernatural. Most of the people who like started watching it in the early 2000s, they're now grown up and they're still watching it. Think about that.
That'll be time, kids. You know, I thought we were going into that round with three heavyweights, and then I completely forgot about Big Bang Theory already being canceled. So that was like watching Mike Tyson with a really bad case of asthma. It was just uncomfortable.
Jesus Christ. Who hurt you as a child?
Who didn't? Moving on, we're going to do
Do we need
conclusions.
to get therapy in here?
God.
It's okay, I have a counseling appointment tomorrow.
I'm
So,
so
kids,
sorry.
we're going to move on to conclusions now and stop talking about my childhood. So, Skylar, if you want to make up for what you just did to me, wrap up your argument.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
Give her a minute.
You're on the clock.
You're on the
But
clock.
look,
I'm not
again,
Skylar.
it's Big Bang Theory. It's like it's again harmful to the nerd culture itself because it's constantly making fun of everything that we do. It's like we do something that we think is enjoyable, yet to everyone else, the way the show writers viewed it is it's a joke. Everything we do in the nerd culture is a joke, despite the fact we do it for enjoyment. We do it to feel like kids again, but yet for them, it's a joke. Our nerd culture is a punchline.
For my final points on Supernatural, I'm just going to bring up what I said at the end again. Just that most of the people who are like in high schoolish area, whenever they started watching Supernatural, are now grown adults who are probably not as like easy to get into enjoying the show. But that's one of the big points. And the other point is just these actors need to go do other stuff. They are really good, and they need to go do other stuff. This is just tying them down at this point.
And for Grey's Anatomy, it just needs to go. And I mean, I will say I have not seen one episode of that, but it's been going on for too long. People from my high school, and I graduated, 2016, that doesn't seem so far away, they would cosplay for it when they had to for like couples things or some shit like that. And it's old. It's got to go. And there's no point to having Grey's Anatomy. Are you learning anything? I don't think so.
Vaughn, do we have any facts to check here?
Real quick. So Emily said that people who started watching Supernatural when it debuted are grown up now. They would be 14 now, so it's sort of up to you whether you consider
I
that
said it
grown
in
up.
high school. Like, if they were in high school now, whenever the show started.
Oh, they were
Like-
in high school when the show
Like
started.
2000s.
Yeah.
Like
2005.
the viewer
Yep.
base, not
Yeah,
like if they were
2005.
born on the premiere date.
Right, yeah, yeah. 2005. But even if you were born then, like 14, that's kind of grown up. And then a lot of people are reporting that the Big Bang Theory is canceled, but it seems more voluntary than that. You know what I mean? Like, because the ratings are fantastic, and they've always been fantastic for the show. But the official like press release says that it's coming to an end, and the creator is like bringing it to an end. So I don't know if it's fair to say that it's canceled necessarily, but it is in its last season. So
All right. Thank you very much. So, I have these here results. And I'd like to share them with the class. So, in third place, we have a show that's already dead, Big Bang Theory. So, you really fought for how it's harmful to nerd culture, and I understand that. Another fact check: are we all in fact nerds here? Because I think he asked that.
a quick poll. Raise your hand if you're a nerd.
Okay.
Are you sure about that?
Not
We're
dude, I'm
missing
cool.
some hands.
Literally.
Okay,
missing
our
some-
nerd rating is currently sitting at 96%. We'll update later. But yeah, I'd say it's safe to say we're all nerds. But we also know that Big Bang Theory is not being written to the nerds. It's being written as an easy watching housewife activity in the evening on the one channel that pretty much every single cable subscription has. So, playing into the stereotypes, it's not going to be, it had some good points, but it's dead. I'm sorry.
Thank God.
And so are all of your arguments. So, in second place, we have Grey's Anatomy. Grey's Anatomy.
It's fine.
I agree. I've watched more than I'd like to admit of Grey's Anatomy. I'm just now the world knows. But you brought up an interesting point about how the fan base has now become kind of a venomous place to be. If you're not watching it anymore, that you're a bad person. That it's just been played out. You can only do so many diseases and so many things. But I think that Supernatural had a couple extra points apart from what you said and had the same points to make.
Mm-hmm.
So that's second place.
I'm in the middle.
Right in the middle. And in first place, we have Supernatural. I hate to say it because I used to be a big Supernatural fan.
I do too.
Most people that hate the show now were once really big fans, and I think that just really says something about how much it needs to die. You run out of options after about 4 seasons. If you've gone to hell, you've pretty much done everything. It's also brought up that it's limiting the careers of Jared and Jensen, which I agree. Once you've been playing a certain role for 15 years now, it's kind of limiting. You can't raise the stakes any further, and once you get to that point, it's just formulaic. If you've watched 5 seasons of Supernatural, you know that there's going to be some big thing happening, and then in the next 7 minutes of the end of the show, you know that, Sam's going to save Dean, or Dean's going to save Sam, or someone's going to fall out of a window. But at the end of the episode, resolutions happen. It's just the formula. So that's why these shows need to die, and why one of them already has. Woo! So
We got
if
one
you've-
victory. We got 2 victories tonight, actually.
So if you've enjoyed yourself, I encourage you to leave a like. If you didn't like it, I don't really care. I'm doing this and I'm having fun. Comment what you think we should argue, who you think should have won, and follow us on our social medias at Card Film Fights. It's been nice.